Alright, hello. Welcome to Zelda Speedruns. I'm Din, and today we've got Link to the Past Challenge Cup. This is the group stages still. We've got Trenta versus Senen. This is game 2 of 3 for them, so Senen is currently 1 up. If he takes this match, he'll take the group round. If not, Trenta has a chance to catch up, but we'll see. Oop, that's the wrong scene there. That's Wind Waker. Let's move over. That's Link to the Past. There we go. Lovely. Oh shit, I haven't sorted out audio. There we go. Okay. Let me introduce our commentators. We've got Fiji tonight, sorry. I'm terrible at pronouncing things. And Nobly the Foreign, in fact. So, hello.
Yeah, only Nobly though, but thank you.
Guys, how's it going? Yeah, fajita with the soft J.
Yes. I have had fajitas before. I'm just terrible at pronouncing stuff.
Well, now you made me hungry again. So this is how the race is gonna be: me being hungry, people running for PED, and
I just had lunch, so I'm okay for the moment. But
this is going to be most of our commentary today. It's just debating fajitas versus tacos versus,
Oh, I think fajitas win every time. I'm not actually a fan of tacos. They're just, yeah,
and
I don't know.
Like
too much of a mess.
And we see a starting difference here, and an immediate save and quit from the sanctuary after that map.
Great question, Mr. Stott. Fajitas or burritos? I'm partial to both. What do you think, Nobly? What's going to be the sticking point in the seed?
I'm gonna say,
let's make some bold predictions right to start.
Looking at what we saw on the map there, pedestal is a very viable option with the 2 pens in Light World.
Yeah, let's start out with some good vibes for our runners.
Yeah, there's always good vibes seeing 2 pens in Light World, because the requirement for those pedestals are 3 pendants. And if 2 of them are in Light World, you don't need too many items to clear those 2. But if there's like 2 in the Dark World compared, you need many more items to complete them. If it's like a Turtle Rock or a Misery Mire, the requirement of items are much higher in those locations. So
I like this start from Trent, just going straight through the south entry to CAC, getting bombs and entering that way. I think it's just an interesting start.
I usually do what Sen here did. Going to Uncle, getting those 2 checks off, and basically just excluding that front of escape and never go there until its last location.
It makes sense, especially with if egg is necessary, then you get to link the escape with Ega. I missed what was on Lumberjack there.
I think it was a blue rupee there.
So they're probably going back for that.
Yeah, totally going for Ega. The thing is, I love to do the 3 pull, and if I get 50 rupees on Uncle or bombs, I'm basically not gonna go to CAC at that point. I'm either going to go buy bombs and do Closet and go South Shore, because there's a good density of items in CAC, but usually you're not gonna get Dark World access alone in CAC. And when you go South Shore before CAC, you can instantly find a glove or a hammer on South Shore, and then if you find the rest of the Dark World in CAC, you can just go straight in.
Even a flute or a bottle as well helps with that. You find one of those in South Shore or in the closet, and
yeah,
it makes a nice route there to hit up either a sick kid or activate your flute, right? So
yeah. And that's the only time I feel bad about going a little bit later to CAC is when I find the flute there or the boots. Oh, and the hook shot. Oh, and the sword. So that's a nice 2 good items to keep you safe on those travels. Hookshot is, in my opinion, the second best item in the game, apart from boots.
No, when I was playing this game when I was younger, but getting hookshot was my favorite thing. Just the movement and killing simple enemies and stunning things. It was quality of life, right? So
yeah, Bugnet is the best swag item, that's for sure, but not the greatest item in the game. And we see some gloves there in the well. So that's like a 1/3 of a Darkhold access right there.
a lot of mountain checks now as well.
Yeah, we have all right side mountain.
Out of logic. So far.
Out of logic, of course. And we see some safety powder there. That would have went awesome with the Bugnet. And we see here that Trent don't have enough money, so we have to drop down to get a couple of tens more to get those 10 sweet arrows. I think it was. Yeah. But yeah, Trenter went from south, so he's probably gonna go to Lost Woods, and I would like to see a sequence break out the mountain since this is basically next door.
That makes a lot of sense right now. I think getting information.
It's one
giving
of
the
the
information
higher.
off Spectacle Rock as well.
It's one of the higher dense locations as well, compared to South Shore and Mountain. There's many checks on both locations, but I think Mountain has a couple chests more. 7, 8, 9, 10. Compared to 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 2 checks more on the mountain compared to the South Shore region.
But he saves and quits.
Yeah. So I guess we're gonna see the back of Escape.
If he gets a key, that makes the dark room getting that often orphan chest as well make it a little bit simpler.
Yeah. At this point, I wouldn't go to Dark Cross, even if I found a key, unless I find key and map in the back.
It's one of them.
Oh, quack quack. Here's a quake. Oh,
Looks like Senen's making his play up the mountain.
looks like it. And I like mountain play more, especially more than Escape.
Yeah.
Oh, I never go Escape. I try to either route in.
He hasn't done Uncle either yet.
Yeah.
Because he started in Sanctuary, then went the South Entry to CAC.
Yeah. In an open seed, I go. The only time I go front of Escape if it's a possible Aga seed, or if I'm on the mountain and have the mirror, or if I have the boots.
Boots makes Escape so much quicker. There's so many long straights there where it makes a lot of sense.
And I don't approve of what Sen is doing here.
Not checking Spectacle Rock.
And not checking Spectacle Rock. Because if the hammer is on Spectacle Rock, he basically has to go around this way another time to go to Hera.
I mean and it's easy to drop down and do what he's doing right now as well. But
yeah, this one is okay, but the fact that he didn't go to Spec Rock check those 2 items. I doubt he's
Strong.
gonna go back there after doing this side. Unless he finds the mirror.
Get an ice rod there on East Death Mountain in Paradox.
It's always good to knock out of the way.
Yeah, that won't be our. Won't be pinning the runners later.
Oh, heyo! What are those? Best item in the game, and more safeties, and that's the first bottle.
And we'll have a faster spiral cave now.
Yeah, and that's always good. Having that amazing boots. And we're coming up to Zelda's chest here. I'm not sure if you found the map. Oh yeah, map was in Sanctuary, of course. That makes sense. And that means he's gonna orphan the one
Darker
chest in
chest.
Darkrost for now. Looks like he is not gonna sequence break up the mountain and go South Shore instead.
Well, we are getting lots of information.
Oh, woo! This opens up another funny check that I like to do, called Super Bunny without the Moon Pearl.
We have a lot of items right now that are out of logic as well. Because,
I love this. It can't
Yeah.
be a Moon Pearl here, but you can do this check because you are in Super Bunny state. And if you take fall, you will be able to do stuff as a bunny. This is actually a very nice little thing here. Gets those 2 checks out of the way. And he also can check the map and see what other things we have in Dark World. I did a super bunny once and it was the bow as a bunny. And then I came down to the eastern part and found the Moon Pearl. So I was relieved that I could skip the double dip eastern. And 20 rupees in super bunny. Oh, and there's the bow on Mr. Moldor. And the
Oh, and the
book.
mirror.
And the mirror. Wow! The new possible hype cave?
That's interesting because that's going to make his routing of the mountain quite different.
There we see it. Skullwoods is a 5-6 and Mr. Meyer is the last pen. We need an ether medallion to enter Turtle Rock at this point.
Just a heart piece on the Lake Island.
Yeah, but Mini Moldorm though, that was so stacked.
We're still missing. Gonna be getting
Oh,
access
and
to the
there's
first crystal. Ooh.
flute. Wow.
Okay, so we have well, once Trev makes his play up the mountain, then there's going to be access to the Meyer area, which unfortunately is a pendant, but in this seed, just looking for that hammer.
Yeah, and that puts the everything on the mountain in logic with that flute
Right.
as well. Except the old guy, which had basically nothing.
It had 300 rupees, so would
Yeah, well.
that would give the Zora money.
Yeah. That's true. But the game rules that you have infinite depths of pockets.
If only life was like that.
Yeah. If life was that generous, it would be so nice.
If only there were just old men giving unlimited
that's
amounts of money on mountains.
First item of Eastern. We can't clear Eastern in logic. I mean, this mini Moldorm cave was so amazing. It had basically everything. Sen is like, what did I actually find here? There was just so many stuff in a blink of an eye, and it was like mesmerizing.
He's gonna
be
go.
Careful though.
He's gonna go to Ice Rod Cave, which I don't believe Trent did.
And I can't blame him. Oh, and that lucky fairy drop right there. There's the big key. So the big chest is in logic for now. In Mini Moldorm, it was a moon pearl, a bottle with a fairy, a mirror, a book, and a bow.
We're gonna get some water walking on Senen's side, so he's probably gonna check the hobo and make his play into the Zora area.
I think that's one of the things why Trenter skipped out on that, because he don't have the Zora money yet.
Oh, that's right. Oh, just going straight straight to
exactly, Slowpoke. That mini Moldorm cave was so hype. It was even more hype than the hype cave is gonna be. Oh!
Lots of cash.
There's the mini cash dome of fish dumps. Oh, and another 300 there in Eastern. Wow. We're getting a lot of Monopoly this year. I betcha Sori is gonna have nothing. Or he's gonna have something, which we don't know if is something at the point.
There could still be a hammer behind Aga. Which would,
Yeah.
I mean, they have the boots, which means that they can bypass that if they know the water walk from Skullwoods, but
yeah, and there's
if
also
that is the
a
case.
possibility still that Aga is required to do 5-6 unless you can do some really stingy bomb duping with the red bomb.
That's right.
Because Skullwoods is the 5-6 and Eastern is the 5-6.
Looks like Senen is going to activate his flute, and then I would think checking.
Don't have the flute.
Oh, that's right. Okay, because that was on the back of
I think he's gonna check bottle sick
check Sick Kid.
and some bonks. Let's see if we can see a quick kill here from Trenter. Doesn't look like he set it up though. He's just going for easy.
So first crystal, 17 minutes.
Yeah, that's first blood to Trenter. Unfortunately, he's been 10 minutes without the boot, so Sen is getting more and more checks compared to Trenter. But he has that flute though.
Makes what Sen's doing probably Trent's next play, going into CAC, activating his flute, and doing some of these the Dark Kakariko checks.
He has to go to the mountain first.
Still has to go to the mountain, but he has his flute.
Yeah, and another
Oh,
factor
he doesn't have
here.
mitts. He doesn't have mitts. That's
Yeah.
right.
Another factor here is that Trenter is actually gonna have. Oh, and there's an ether in the brewery. Another factor here is that Trenter is doing this by logic, and he has the moon pearl. So when he goes up to the mountain, he can check Hera, and he can do Dark Death Mountain with the hookshot cave, which we didn't see yet.
Hera's an interesting play because there's still no fire source, so Hera could be locked out unless there's some Herapod action going on, which is a trick I don't completely understand, but hey, that's all right.
Yeah. And this is an interesting play from Sen diving into Thieves Town.
Let's see if he does the whole dungeon or if it's just do
I
front
mean,
4.
If you're gonna commit to going into it before going to Hype Cave, when you have the Darkhold access, I mean, you're gonna commit to all of it and orphan that big chest.
It makes me so uncomfortable orphaning that chest.
Yeah. Well, so far, it's been very kind not giving a small key, but then every time when you get to the Maiden's chest, there's always a small key. Just to set you off at the last possible location, like, oh, I didn't have the hammer. And then you finish it, and then you think, when you find a hammer in a super easy nearby location, I should have done this first. Was there something in the big chest? And then you orphan it, and then your last location, like fire rod or ice rod or something really stupid in the chest. Which in my last time I orphaned this chest was the red cane, which was awful. Super required for 2 dungeons. And Trenter is now tracking Sen's locations. I'm gonna find his boots in a couple of seconds. There we go. Looks like...
No.
That first bomb ruined it,
First
man.
bomb.
He had a perfect setup for the second bomb, but the first bomb just... I am not sure why he didn't just go into Darkhold there.
With the mirror as well.
Yeah.
Also don't have
The only reason why I see why he wants to do Spiral Cave first is if you want to go into Hera after Dark Death Mountain.
Still no hammer though. Oh, I guess he can mirror on the bridge. Never mind.
And there's
we don't have the.
That was a stupid death warp. Trying to death warp. Having a fairy. Now he's like, I guess I'll. Oh yeah, the Spiral Cave was the myths.
There's the myths.
Yeah.
Now he has access to all the information up on Death Mountain. Whether or not Hera's going to be firewalked, it is a pendant, so it's I guess when well you're up here, just for items, but
Yeah, and we see here the blind coming out. So far, pretty good fight from Senen. That's one touch. One more. There we go.
Yes. Good fight. It's his first
Oh!
crystal.
And I think that's actually all items. And that's a Master Sword as well. So, that's good for him, I think. He's not sure though, so he's gonna check. Yeah, there's a compass in the big chest. So that was like really fortunate for him. So you don't have to orphan any checks there.
We have Hookshot Cave.
Yeah. Hey, there's the swagnet. We are fulfilled with safeties.
Money.
Oh, buggers. Yeah. And we have to be careful here. Only half a heart left, so dodging some Lionels. And we see a Smith chain, which is not particularly uncommon to see when you have the mirror.
Peace.
So we can see what's on the tablet, but we can't get it yet. Oh! That's a nice find.
It's good information to have.
Oh yeah. It's 6-6. And there's the small key. Wonder if we're gonna see some hot action here.
We're about to check the bat.
That's an interesting check. He's now gonna lose his portal though, so. Oh.
Hair is locked.
Yeah, and that's immediately nope. Was that lamp on magic bat? Huh. Oh. Oh. Well. Oh, and he has a fairy. That's a waste. That's so hurtful. We're gonna have a look at my areas. And I wonder, if you have access now, do you want to go into Mire?
Do you have access?
Yeah.
I think being a pendant, I think there's many other checks that make more sense to me than diving mire at this point. It's pretty easy to come back here.
It is. I mean, I would rather. There was something in that chest, but I didn't see what. The skull was there. Nothing in checkerboards either. So. Oh! And we're seeing some.
We are looking right now at Hammer.
Oh!
And obviously the second sword to get Fire Rod for go mode.
No, we have a second sword.
Sorry, on Trencher's side, because he has the knowledge of Fire Rod on that.
Oh!
And there's Hammer.
Ooh. Hey! We're missing Red Cane as well, though.
But because it's 6/6, Red Cane may not be required.
Yeah, but we either need Red Cane or Flippers.
Yes, we need Flippers. That's right.
So... Man, that hammer. Yeah, but you need to clear Swamp Palace if you're not gonna do Turtle Rock. So you either need Flippers. Yeah, so it's gonna be either Turtle Rock or Swamp Palace, which is gonna be orphaned. And considering they have the Ice Rod yet already, it can be a possible divergence. I would rather find the Red Cane than the Flippers, because Red Cane can be logically required for GT as well as Flippers can not be needed for GT.
And so Trenter now has all 3 medallions, so he has access to T-Rock as well as Meyer.
That is true, Mr. Stott. The Red Cane is far more useful. It's not fast Ganon. It's only 6/6. Did Senen check K45 earlier?
I believe he did.
Yeah. I was thinking he was gonna do the new purple chest thing.
The invisible chest.
Yeah. And that he was gonna go check K45 and forget that he was setting that up. So, what possible locations do you want Flippers to be in? Or the Red Cane?
I would like the Cane to be behind Flippers, personally. I think that, and not obstructively, I think that Cane and Ice Palace is interesting to me.
Yeah. Well,
did Senen check? He has not checked the tablet here, has he?
no, he skipped out on Bombo's tablet. That's very strange.
Trent is making his play to, looks like, clear out Thieves Town. When he gets this sword from Blind, I think he'll go straight back up the mountain.
Yeah, and then he's gonna dive Skullwoods, I think. And then he's gonna find his hammer, and he's gonna do Pod Eastern right after. That would be my play, at least. Compared to what he's having. Because Pod is... God Pod is a good pod, but either way you're basically gonna search for the item there. I mean, there's 5 items, and you usually almost search for the big key, and it's like almost in the back at many locations. So
Yeah. So again, not checking the tablet here is interesting because it's quite orphaned at this point.
yeah, the only reason he would have to come back here after this is
Flips or king.
yeah, flippers. Oh.
Oh,
Well, we want some fetch quests. Oh, and there is the flippers. We are at 34 minutes in possible no mode, depending on red cane required or not.
Trenter picks up a second crystal at a thief's town, gets his master's sword, which he knows gives him access to Fire Rod when he chooses to go after it.
Yeah, Senen is just gonna... That tablet up on the mountain is quite orphaned for him. The only reason he would have to go back there is if he want to check Hookshot Cave and dive TR if he had the red cane.
That's right. Which,
So
this being 6-6, there's not an incentive probably for him to go
that's
up to
super
Turtle
speed
Rock.
dealing no good for Trenter there, running into the wrong room. So unless Red Cane actually is in Swan Palace, this is a bad play for Sen.
This is a big time sink, and I mean, it'll be interesting to see whether he goes left side here. Well, I guess he doesn't have the information of Fire Rod, so he's looking for 2 items potentially right now. Does Senen have Quake at this point? Where did Quake come from?
I don't know, but Quake is not required unless the Red Cane is in Mire.
Which would be funny.
Yeah, that would be vanilla Red Cane. Or French vanilla.
As expected, Trenter gets his Fire Rod, is going straight into Skull Woods.
Yeah, he realized now that he can do the 5-6 crystals.
Which is important. That'll get him his hammer out of Skull Woods.
Oh, hey Bumper. I think we saw both items in Skullwood, so there's nothing left here, I think.
I'm pretty sure Senen got his hammer out of Skull Woods.
Yeah, the hammer is
out
locked
of-
behind the Gibdos, the knights.
Big key chest.
Yeah, and there's the other item, bombs. So I'm... Yeah, slow Ganon. And I'm pretty sure he's gonna mirror and go to the knight's chest now. Hopefully he will do the knight's chest before going to the back. He can set up a pretty easy and nice death warp to refill his health after doing the chest.
Trenter's in a pretty good spot. Oh, he's not checking that chest right now. He's in a pretty good spot here, though, once he clears out Skull Woods and gets his hammer. I mean,
Yeah.
logically, he can then go do Hype Cave pretty easily to get his flippers, and then he's potentially in go mode at that point.
I actually think he's just gonna go... Either he's gonna go Hype Cave into 5-6 bomb. And
Yep.
at that point, do you gamble on a red cane not being required?
And I think there could be some game theory at work here. Because Trenter is down 1-0 in this matchup, so is he more likely to take a risk of searching GT at that point of starting to clear crystals and potentially without his red cane earlier than Senen? Tough deck there.
Trenter has a fairy soul. But of course,
That was
I
the
would rather
second
have
fairy.
that. Yeah, I would rather have that on the Mothula fight than dying on the Gibdo there in front of.
And green mail, master sword.
Yeah, and we see here that Sen just finished his swamp. And looking at what he's been tracking, it's got him nothing. And I'm not sure we found all the items. Or...
So yeah, there was no left side play there, so there's more than likely items still in the Swamp Palace. So I'm not sure. Maybe chat can help out.
And there the moth
Trenter
goes down. And we're now finally getting that Bombos check. And the blue mail. That's more safeties. It's always good to have when you have less than 10 hearts at least.
So this could be a while before Senen goes back up the mountain for that fire rod. Unfortunately for him, there's a lot of checks left to do.
Yeah, I assume he's gonna do Pod Eastern, most likely before going up the mountain. So at any point, if he finds a red cane along the way, it's gonna be good for him.
And that's right. I mean, this skipping, he could in theory do every dungeon except Skullwoods if he chooses, once he gets his fire rod, to not make 2 trips up the mountain for the Turtle Rock. I'm not sure that's a better play, but that's his last. If that's his go mode item, which
Yeah.
it could be depending on whether he finds red cane.
That is definitely a thing right now. If he finds the red cane in either Pod or Eastern, he could potentially pick up that fire rod and just go Turtle Rock. Instead of going Skullwoods, because he's already up on the mountain.
That's right. Yeah. Which, I mean, Skullwoods is at this point would be a very fast dungeon for him to complete versus Turtle Rock, but it's just that time of traveling up and down the mountain.
Yeah. Of course, Turtle Rock takes like 7 minutes in the go mode state.
Oh.
And we are actually seeing Trenter heading in towards Outcast again.
It looks like probably Smith Chain here.
Yeah. Most definitely. And then into Hive Cave and South Shore, Dark World. He's gonna eventually find his flipper there and put himself in go mode. Depending on the red cane still. There's 5 chests in the Ganon's Tower that is locked behind the red cane. There's 4 in the compass room and 1 in tile room. So if he is gonna decide on that gamble, he better hope he's on the right side.
I mean, it would not feel good entering Ganon's Tower without the Red King, but I mean, with the 6/6 mode, that seed could be completable. So
He's checking the map again just to see. Okay, what crystals do I have left? And he's not gonna think twice about picking that up. He is low on heart.
right now we're getting checks very low on hearts, considering we're 44 minutes into the seed. Still on green mail as well. That blue mail came off of Bombo's tablet, but well, right now we're seeing checks that we've already seen.
Yeah.
Well, Senen is done with Eastern, at least, in Dip's pod. And we'll see where Trenter decides to go.
Yeah, well, he's gonna check the Bat Cave, and
Get his,
I assume he's gonna pick up the purple chest and get all of this, like, wound up in a...
This will be his lamp.
Yeah, which is also very nice to have. Especially for Master Sword Silverless, if that's the case. Having to set up that torch glitch a little bit easier.
Just as a reminder to people who are watching, this is the winners round of this group, which means that the wins this round will go through to brackets. The loser of this round will go into the elimination round against an opponent, which I will look up in a minute. Go through to brackets. Senen is up 1-0 in this match, so if he does end up winning this, he will be through the brackets.
And that is the third crystal for Senen. So they are now even on crystals.
We're about to get some new information, which is nice, because I feel like it's been a few minutes since we've seen anything that we haven't seen before.
Yeah. This could be interesting. And the first key is the big key. It does not want you to search through pod. I mean, if I were Trenter, if I picked up those flippers in Hype Game, I would just instantly treat this as a go mode and rush to GT.
I think that's right. I think
I mean, even if it's red cane locked, you will have the knowledge and you know what you have to search for.
Exactly. I think it takes the guesswork out of it. Just rush to get to Ganon's Tower, and then if you have to, if you have to nope out of there and start checking locations where you checked, at least you know what you're looking for.
Like that pod, for example, it's gonna be really easy to get back into. Yeah, that's totally true. Get punished after doing the play, not before doing the play.
Okay, so this is the interesting moment, right? Because they're both in the same position from an item standpoint. Trenter's now in potential go mode as well because he just picked up his flips. So now does he just go mode all of these dungeons, hoping that Red King is not required? Because he is down 1-0 in this matchup.
I would definitely just pick up the chests that are close on the way.
Oh,
Oh, silvers.
that's a reward for not doing what we're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, that's... I doubt that Trenter is gonna pick them up if he treats this like a reward. But then Sen is still searching for that fire rod, which we all know is
Of course he is.
ether tablet. So,
He's going to be sinking a lot of time, then, isn't he? Potentially.
yeah. And if I were him, I would feel a little bad finding that fire rod when he could have go moded like so much of this that he has done. Like he could have go moded that swamp, he could have go moded pod. Of course, he wouldn't have found the silvers, but
He's potentially going to be full clearing Ice Palace because he has Bombo's tablet as well.
yeah. And an interesting part about doing Ice Palace is that if Cold Stare has a small key, we know that the Red Cane cannot be in GP.
That's a very good point.
So then we have to look out for that one, because if it's not in GT, where can it be? What have we not checked yet? That's a question. That's a lot.
Yeah, I think the catfish is still unchecked, which is a terrible location.
Pyramid, I think, has not been checked yet.
I don't much.
Let's see. It cannot be on pedestal, unfortunately, for all those ped lovers.
Well, that's right. Thank you, chat.
It can be on shovel. Let's see. Helicopter, so it can be a spec.
Tough fight so far from Trento here. Looking to get some doubles on the puffs, but just not lining up his hook shot quite well enough.
We haven't checked Hobo yet.
Well, and Desert have not been checked. Neither player chose to go into Desert when they were in the Maya area with the mirror. But there's quite a lot still to check. And again, it might not be anywhere. It might not be in any of those locations. It's of the 6/6 nature of the sea. That could be in Gim's style.
Yeah. I'm not sure we have found all the items in Swamp, but... oh. Little struggle there for Senen with shooting the crystal flash there in the Helmosaurus. Little masquerade party.
Okay,
And
so
it's not involved. So the locations I have left is Graveyard Ledge, King's Tomb, Green Pendant, Mushroom, which requires us to find a mushroom, Hobo, Desert, Mire, Ice, Pyramid, Pyramid Fairy, Spike Cave, Catfish. And of course, Hera.
so you're saying there's only a couple?
Yeah, only a couple. Like, scattered very around the world, though.
Looks like we're gonna have both players going to Ice Palace right now.
Yeah.
And
of course-
Senen's doing Hobo. Sorry about that.
And of course, if you don't see a small key on Cole's there, that opens up the possibility of it being in Turtle Rock. And now I mean GT. Not Turtle Rock, it can never be in Turtle Rock. And that's your plastic Fisher Price shield right there. It's gotta block those 0.0 shots. And that's actually very strange that Trenter refused to do penguins.
At least it gives us. We now know the intention of Trent to rest the sea. He's assuming that he is in go mode and he's going to be playing it as such. So.
Oh yeah.
So he won't be. He probably won't be checking pod and getting those silvers. So he must be pretty comfortable with Master Sword Cannon, Master Sword Silverless.
Yeah. Let me
right now.
tell you like this. I have been in this spot where Trenter has been before. I rushed to GT and Red Cane was required. And I skipped one chest in Ice Palace, which was the iced tea room, because I had no small key to do it the easy way. And then I ended up doing everything on GT to find out the mystery of needing that red cane. Then I did everything in Overworld apart from Ice Palace. So that felt really great.
Well, it was a big key, so we'll see what's in the big key chest on Senen's side.
Yeah, and Sen is just gonna full clear everything here.
He has to, right? Because he doesn't have his fire rod yet. He doesn't know where that is.
Yeah. He has no knowledge of fire rod whatsoever.
And he needs the fire rod for either Skullwoods or Turtle Rock.
Yep.
Missed on Trenter's side there. Did he check the from killing the two?
To be fair, I don't think he checked anything because he's just rushing. He's like, nope, I'm done with this seed. I want to finish as soon as possible.
I like it. I like the play. I see whether it pays off.
It's a small gamble. It's 5 in 22 chests. Like, is the game really gonna be that bad to you?
I mean, yes, we all know that. Yes, the game is going to be horrible to you. But
Yeah, of course it is. But yeah. And Trenter there, having that fire rod shots extra to deal some damage to the puffs is gonna make his fights a little bit easier, but hugging those cold stairs is...
No,
Oh no.
and I don't think he has a fairy left.
No, I don't think so. And he is leaving to buy magic, I think.
That's tough because again he
Yeah.
that was a time sink for no information, for no tests.
It's a huge time sink. Let's see what right side. A nice little powder there from Sen, filling up his health. Oh, he's doing pod instead. Oh, tempered. If it comes down to this red cane, I think Sen might have a huge shot against Chandra. And we're gonna see, it looks like an iced tea room from Sen here. And some trouble going through the doors for Trenter.
I know if I'm in this position that Trent is in right now. I think after that death, I think I'm a little bit on tilt. Just knowing that knowing how early he got that fire rod and not knowing that your opponent doesn't have it. I think that there's a rush setting in right now.
I don't blame him though.
At all.
And we're gonna have a cold stare fight again, so let's keep an eye out for that small key or item. But if you're Senen, where's your next move? What's your next step in line after ice? You cleared all the crystals you can do at the time being. You have 5 crystals. You need 1 more. Is he going for the highest dense area, which is Mire?
Mire Desert Palace, yeah.
I didn't see if that was a key or something. cannot see.
Chat saying that was not a key.
Alright, so that means that Kane of Samaria can be in GT at this point. And he's going from the house, so I doubt it's going to be in mountain play. He's going to go for the shovel.
A quick check, it's relatively isolated. Better time than right now to do this check. Valuable heart piece. Full heart, sorry.
Yeah. So where is he going now? Hammer pigs?
No. King's Tomb been checked?
Oh, he's gonna do the national anthem, of course. Now we see here that Trenter is gonna have his rematch. Rematch goes there here. Well, if he's wanting to get something, he has to go to the right side, and I doubt going there is an option for him right now.
So Senen's making the play into the Meyer area where he hasn't been yet, obviously, because he just activated his flute. So there's quite a few checks here. Know some of this information, but
yeah, but
not the dungeons themselves.
Really? Do you want to dip Meyer? He doesn't have Quake, so he can't do it yet.
I want to dip Pendant Meyer, never. Not in this mode, not when there's only 2 items in it. But I mean the Desert Palace play I think makes a little bit more sense. At least it's very quick. It is the green pendant as well.
There is.
There is going to be a huge difference at the end of this matchup in terms of the Ganon fight. Looks like we're going to have Butter Sword with Silvers and a Master Sword Silverless fight on our left and right sides. The main point there is going to be, will that time that it takes Senen to find the Fire Rod and potentially looking for the Red King, will that make up the difference in how long that fight is? that Trenter is at 6 crystals. He is almost certainly going to be making his play into GT at this point.
Yeah, anything else would be strong. And we're having a nice check with the King's Tomb here. Oh, there's that pesky mushroom.
Nobly, what do you think? Are we in for a short run from here? Or are we going to be looking for this red cane?
I'm hoping for
For
a
a
little
while now.
draw out, like very late in GT if it's required. Hopefully,
Behind Armos Knights or something like that.
yeah. Hopefully it's not required. And here we go. Senen is soon gonna find his quick, I think.
That's probably going to pull him away from that fire rod for even a little bit more time. We have Senen jumping into back of escape at this point, which needs to be. Well, Trenter is in Gen's tower, hoping that the Cane of Samaria is not required, and that he is in true go mode. Oh, there we are. We have. We now know that that Trenter is truly in go mode. He's and is now making his trip up Gen's tower. Will almost certainly be facing a Master Sword Soakless Ganon fight. Well, he will be. We know the information from the swords, and he's going to be pretty careful here. Okay. Looking good for Trenter at this point. And just to answer some questions in chat, the vanilla game requires silvers to beat it. but the speedrunning version of this game, well, I guess the NMG run as well, does not use silver arrows. There's a spin slash will work to damage Ganon, and for Trenter in this case, it will take 24 spin slashes on the final phase, I believe is the number. It makes for an arduous fight. Additionally, for the randomizer that we're playing today, Trenter, because he lost the first round of this matchup, was able to change one setting. So he chose to make it 6 crystals to get into Ganon's tower and 6 crystals to damage Ganon. So that's what 6/6 means in the display there. So in this case, he did not need to do a Turtle Rock, which means that he did not require the Red Cane. Senen picks up his Fire Rod, and we know he's in go mode. I think he can safely assume that he is as well. Trenter makes his way up the gauntlet. Have a slow fight here with the what are these guys called? So guys, this is my first game doing commentary.
Well, to be fair, I think you're doing a great job here.
Thank you, nobly. I paid him to say that.
Yeah, totally. Paid we made those sweet tacos and fight. Which I'm definitely gonna have some dinner after this.
These rooms are a bit of a slog without the Canis Maria, the Wizard rooms here.
I've seen some runners stumble on that room when they don't have the red cane, checking their inventory. Oh, I don't have a red cane. What am I supposed to do here? And then
what is the backup?
Yeah, like you're so muscle memory that you always use the red cane here somehow, and then all of a sudden you don't have it. What you gonna do? I always beat these guys with this weapon. I heard someone talking to me a couple of days ago about not having the red cane there, almost leaving Ganon's tower because he forgot. He thought it was required to beat them. But then he basically remembered, I can just slash them, can't I? And we see here that Senen is to that crystal here that's required for Ganon's tower. It's gonna be a whole gauntlet away, but a couple of screw-ups, a couple of bad cycles in Ganon, a fall, everything is possible here.
That Ganon fight is going to be so much shorter.
Yeah, it's 6/6 compared to 12/12. 4/24.
It's 24 on that final phase, yeah. Snow half magic. You're on green. You're on blue mail with 12 hearts. Like it's not an easy setup here for Trenter going through this fight. Doable, absolutely.
What was Senen looking for on pedestal?
Could just be checking for red cane at this point. Or again, he doesn't know that it's not required.
Yeah, but red cane can never be on pedestal when.
Of course, yeah. I don't know that. Checking for a 5th sword, maybe.
Yeah, because that's a thing. What's that gonna be called then? lightsaber sword, maybe?
There's a pretty good fight there from Trenter in that Aga 2 fight. He's got a pretty commanding lead at this point.
Yeah, he's gonna enter Ganon, while Senen is gonna enter Darkhold near it. But let's see if his execution is good.
He did pick up some potions, I believe, when he went to see the witch. So,
and that's no hit. 1, 2.
hopefully he gets some of the setups here where he can get some nice get Ganon into the corner. This will be
6, 7, 8.
Those are both doubles. They should be at least. This is a good setup here. So if he can get into phase 2 here, then he's unlucky. That should be getting into phase 2. Yep. There we go.
Yep. It's 2, 3.
Use of the hook there to avoid some damage.
Yeah, hookshot is always great. Oh, that's a good spot. Get in the corner. Oh,
unlucky.
it's too late. So that's 5, I think. 6.
Be pretty careful here with his health.
Oh! Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that, Dine. Commentator's curse.
3, 5, 6, 7, 8.
That was
Still
just a
8.
I think that was just a poke.
9, 10,
Senen is into his GT climb at this point.
11, 12. So we should start up with phase 2 now. Get up there, get up there! Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
This is a good location.
7, 8. This is a bad location. And he realized.
I think that's a good decision just to get out of there and wait for the next warp.
Well, he needs one more to end this horrible, horrible phase. And I hope so!
Oh dear.
He did not end it. He needed that another one.
This is the right call, just popping that potion there.
Yeah. I think he needs one more spin in this phase. He's just making us nervous. Oh my god.
There'd be a real anxiety right now, just not seeing the dot done from your opponent, knowing that you had fire up for so long in this fight or in this matchup.
Well, at least now we have some relief. Oh no! No.
Unlucky.
And look at how fast this Ganon's tower is going, man.
So we're into its final phase. Let's hope he gets the torch glitch here. So that'll be a necessity when he gets it, which is nice. More slashes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
So far.
6, 7, 8. It's gonna make us nervous.
Always.
9, 10, 11.
Getting a good pattern down though, where he's getting doubles every lamp, every torchlight.
30.
So this is good. He's
40.
clearly practiced this fight before.
50.
Or just run enough seeds where run into
60.
this.
70. 80. 90. 20. 21. 22. 23. Oh,
Oh.
not one more of those because then he dies again. 24. and there
That's
we
a
go.
that's a really good fight. Well done, Trenter.
Whew. And get your GGs in chat for Trenter. Finishing off at the time of 25, 53, 54. I don't know the Israel time because I don't have that up. Whew. And that means that we are gonna see a match number 3 between these runners. That's gonna be exciting.
Hello.
Hello!
Racers, good. GG. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you. GG to Senen because, yeah, the things I heard, I was like, okay, I missed something.
I don't know how much you guys were talking in the SRL room or in Discord after that, but what are your thoughts following that matchup? What are you thinking made the difference from the commentary or from your chat?
I don't know. For me, it was a hard 1v1 seed because I had everything but one item really early, and I was like, the firewall could have been anywhere, and I could have won by 10 minutes or lost by 15. It was not the best seed for me.
Oh, absolutely. That fire rod, that location on that fire rod was really bad for you.
I think the major part here was that Trenter followed the logic, had the moon pearl when he went up the mountain, and had the book, so he read the tablet, but he couldn't pick it up because he had no master sword. Which, on you on the other hand, kinda, do I really want to go and check hookshot and that one tablet and dive a pendant Terra when I have like 4 crystals on the other hand I can finish?
Yeah.
So
Trenter, really good race, really good final fight with Ganon there. What was going through your mind, especially entering GT, not knowing if you were truly in go mode?
Yeah, that's like, I gambled hard on that. Like, I was like, okay, I don't need it. Even if I need it, I don't need it. I don't care. I will find some area somewhere. I hope I don't need it. Then I found the big key and I was like, okay, great. Where are my swords?
Right.
yeah.
And yeah.
So there was one sword in Ice Palace which I caught, and the last sword I didn't see.
Where was it? Ice.
Desert Palace?
Yeah, Desert Palace, I think.
I wanted to dip that, but I was like, I have so many things to do. I have crystal dungeons. Why should I go in there?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I did that after doing every crystal. When I was looking for the fire door, for the fire order, I cleared pretty much everything. So
Well, compared to that, the highest density was going to that Meyer desert location because you just had a flute and it was 2 in Meyer shed, 1 in checkerboard, 2 in desert, 2 in Meyer compared to 7, compared to those 4, 5 checks plus the. It was like a 7-7.
yeah, but
So
I
you
wanted
didn't have
to.
that. Okay.
I actually wanted to know if I was able to enter Maya or not, just to have more info. So that's why I decided to go there first.
Yeah. So, anyways, 6-6 is one of the most funny crystal codes. It can put you ahead, it can put you behind, you control your head around and spin it.
Yeah. I chose that for a reason because I was like, there's always the possibility to, even if you miss an item, you still maybe go in go mode, even though you have a completely different route. So even if you single out or skip a check accidentally, or you're like, okay, today is not the day where the Samaria is in there, you can maybe still route around that and don't need it in the end, actually.
Senen, obviously this matchup forces a round 3 and a match 3, and you get to make the choice in terms of a change to settings for that match. Have you given a thought to what you want to change for next round?
Not really. Usually I pick 6-6. So
Okay.
no, I have to think about adding something. Let's see.
You don't have to make a decision right now. I'm not putting you on the spot.
if I change something, it might be fast cannon, sword shield.
Oh,
Right.
that's amazing.
Why?
I like fast cannon actually. I like Gen's tower has so many different requirements.
Mm.
If you skip a crystal dungeon, you might get locked in GT. Like we nearly did today.
Yeah.
That's
And we actually nearly did in the last race. Like, if I recall correctly, the last race was we entered the GT without the boots. So even that, I was not confident.
You had no boots?
In the last seed, I think.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, I remember.
Well, when I was playing my matches, he changed the second time around to 6-6, and then I lost, so it went 1-1. No, he changed the maps in the first one, and when I changed it to 6-6 in the last one, so we didn't even know what we were looking for in that seed, and that
Oh
was
god.
amazing. So that's
Yeah.
also a funny combination.
Yeah, map and compass. Honestly, like I would only recommend to choose that if you're very confident in your execution, because you're mostly gonna clear every dungeon anyway.
Yeah. Although I liked it with 6-6 because it can throw your opponent off as well, you know. He can dive a pen and clear it while you can skip it and stuff, so there's possibility to time save and time lose in that one. And it makes it very interesting in my opinion.
Yeah,
So-
indeed. I was kind of happy about this. So even though I kind of low health this, I was very glad that I found the blue tunic.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You're like 2 hugs from Ganon and you're out.
Yeah, that was the reason why I actually picked up heart pieces, because I was like, I'm green tunic, I don't even have 9 hearts. If he hurts me, I'm dead. I don't want this.
Yeah. I picked additional earth early, and then I found pretty much every offensive equipment. So I was like, No, I have too much.
Yeah, well, you see on your collection right there, it's 115, so no wonder you didn't have too much hearts.
I mean, 115 is actually not bad for 6 for me. I'm like very confident normally in like my low health things, but let's put it this way: last seed when I raced against Senen, I died over 5 times in Maya Dark Room. I have no idea what happened there. I got tilted, and yeah, I basically lost the race because of that.
And here's an interesting question from the chat, which I'm gonna add. I think it does open up those locations, yes, and there's
Yes.
more items in the dungeons as well. So
Yeah.
dipping dungeons is a better thing to do in map compass shuffle. Even if you can't clear it, you're gonna get more items in because the maps and compasses are taken out.
And
like-
every boss is almost, I mean, outside of a couple, are assured to have an item as well. So defeating bosses as well has more value in Maps Compass.
Yes, yeah. Even if they have the big
Gold
key,
spare.
like in if they have the big key, like in Skullwoods, the big key automatically leads to an item because of key logic.
That's right. Yes.
The only
Um,
bad boss to kill is probably Moldorm and Cold Stare, but still it's okay to do it. Even though you might get a small keys.
Don't remind me of Cold Stare.
That was so rough, man. I'm so sorry that happened to you.
I was at 3 hearts. I was like, okay, now left. Now no, he's going left. I have to go right. Oh god.
Yeah. At that point, you were on a little bit panic state. You had 4 or 5 hearts less than you had on the finish, man. I think. I think you had 8 hearts total.
Yeah,
And then you took that early hug as well.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I have to probably practice the bosses again because yeah, especially for like even if the next race is not going into my favor, I'm still very confident in going into brackets.
Yeah.
And for brackets, yeah, I need to learn the bosses correctly.
Yeah, execution is a great key in this game. Oh well, thank you both for putting up a great show and how much a 6-6 can toss you off of dislocating your swords, going to GT without everything you might need, and just go moding a bunch of stuff, which the other one is clearing, and still have a close game. I mean, one more Ganonfall and it could be the complete disaster.
Yeah, like that was one thing. I wanted to know where the silvers are, and if I die or maybe fall, and if it's in a very easy to reach location, I probably would have picked them up real quick.
Oh, that that would have been so good.
I like he said pod, and I was like, no.
Yeah, it's like I orphaned everything in pod. No thanks.
If it would be like Hera, no, I would have to do like I can't do Hera pod, so I can't like skip up real quick. And I knew I had to wait in the bottom, so Hera was out of the question as well.
Yeah,
And-
and then even if you could do the Herapot, it could still be in the big chest, which would require you to go up, kill Moldor,
Exactly.
go down, pick up the big key,
Uh,
which is the worst times.
Yeah. So yeah, that like if I would have died in the last phase and he would have said something like desert, I would have probably picked that up. Just to make it easy on myself.
Well, if he said it was gonna be in Dark World, it would have been the best location for you, I think.
Pyramids, catfish, spy cave. I had
Yeah.
some orphan checks.
I think those are the main checks. None of you did.
Which one?
It could have been Bumper Ledge Cave, and that would have been no. Yes, could have, and that would have been horrible.
Yes, Sen had a cape, I think.
Yeah, I had. It was
He had
in,
everything. I don't.
Yeah, Cape was on King Zoa.
Oh, I did Waterfall. Was like, okay, maybe there's a sword in there. Getting 600 rupees, and I'm like, do I do it now?
Yeah, it's like set up for scam.
But yeah, I actually what done was the only locations I didn't do it, and there's like five of them, I think, six of them. So I did pretty much everything, except
Yeah.
for Total Rock, because who knows where the Somaya cane is.
That's like probably either against Tower. That's my favorite guess. Somewhere against Tower, like Ice Amos.
Yeah.
But-
And by the way, I'm sorry for your first fall because I kind of put that on you because when I saw Senen entering GT, I basically said it can only take like a really bad execution on Ganon or a fall or death, and Senen is gonna be rushing through GT.
It always happens like that, but don't worry, I died 15 minutes ago, so you had a lot of time to prepare for it.
Yeah. Oh well, I'm gonna be excited about this game 3, so hopefully it will get restreamed as well.
We have to find a date and then maybe.
Yeah. Good luck on your next adventure, and hopefully we'll be meeting up in brackets.
Oh, I hope so too.
Anyone who's still in chat, make sure that you give these runners a follow on Twitch. It was a great show, guys. Thank you very much. It was fantastic to be a part of it. Thank you to Nobly and to iBot and to Dine, the restreamer, and you guys for racing. It was a really good race. It was really enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, and thank you for being a commentator with me, Faida. It was an amazing thing to be a part of.
And that was really fun. It was my first commentary as well, so I enjoyed that.
I have to rewatch, so I can judge.
I expect that, Trevor. So give me some notes. Give me some notes from some producing notes, please.
Sure, I can do that.
Oh well, thanks for me. I'm gonna go eat some fajitas now. I've been waiting for it all seed long.
I might go for a taco.
Have a nice day, and see you in brackets.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully everyone here. Good game, guys. GG.
GG. Bye.
GG's. Alright, well, we are just about done here. No more streams for today on ZSR, unfortunately. We do have a race coming up tomorrow, though, I think. I'm not sure what we got scheduled, but there is something on there, so yeah, do keep an eye out for what we got coming up. That's not how you spell schedule. Hold on. No, that is how you spell schedule, just the command's not working. God damn it. Oh well, it's on the website, so yeah, have a look on there. Well, Wind Waker Randomizer, there we go. Thank you, iBots. iBot knows basically everything that's going on because he tracks everything that's going on. Alright, lovely. So let's go raid someone. We've got Nametaker just starting up some No Major Glitches runs, so we can go wish him good luck. But yeah, thank you to our tracker, iBot, to our commentators, and to Trento, I guess, who roped me into doing this restream because he wanted his match to be visible on ZSL. Alright. And yeah, cheers everyone for watching as well. You're all awesome. We'll see you again soon.